on a beautiful evening of 50 degrees, and life is changing and the days are getting longer and good times are coming. And we got some good things going to show tonight for full-time professional baccarat or side hustle play as you want to play it. You're going to see some things tonight that are going to lead you in a particular direction, I believe. And we would like you to see that and comment on it if you would, whatever you think about it. Got a little bit of a different setup tonight because I'm in a different car, and I'm hoping that the appearance of things is a little bit better and that you can see it better. We're starting off with $31,200,000. Tonight's goal is to make $250. I am going to play $25 increments tonight. I'm going to play a mixture, or rather I should say a hybrid, of a chop streak that I always liked, but I'd never done it with our unique 1371117 betting sequence. So that's the key difference tonight, is we're going to use our own betting sequence rather than a standard D'Alembert. Hey, Robert Simpson and Gary Shrinian, good evening. How you guys doing? Paul O'Brien's here. So this is going to be an interesting look tonight, something different. And I do particularly like it in my simulations I've done so far yesterday and today, but we're going to see it on live play, or rather live simulation, with my audience tonight. Charlie Mace is here and Bill Latta. Good evening, gentlemen. So we're at $31,200,000. We're going to try to make $250 tonight. We are going to play $25 increments, and it's going to be a hybrid of a streak chop. I like the hybrid streak chop because it doesn't play it one way or the other. It combines both ways, and we are going to play it with the 1371117 betting sequence, which we've not done before. You'll probably recognize this selection method because we have done it before with D'Alembert, and I do like this selection method rather than the straight up chop. But we work everything because it's not a matter of just trying to win every now and then. We can win every now and then all the time. We can win a majority of the time all the time. But our goal is to win every outing because that's the way we play it. We want all of it. Hey, Dagsy, how you doing, buddy? So be interested to see what Dagsy thinks about tonight too. But we are sitting here ready to get going. We're going to start with $25 bets. So the sequences are 25, 75, 175, 275, 425. And we hope we don't get too high up in there. But it's going to be what it's going to be because this is a spontaneous simulation and the cards come out however they can. And I'm hoping that this is a better look for you to observe the game as well. I'm trying to see, can I make it look really good for you, as it sometimes doesn't look particularly good for the viewer, but we're trying to do that now. So we got enough people in the house, and it's time to get started. So we are going to roll on right now with a $25 bet, and we are playing the banker for a quarter right now. We will go 3 attempts to win. Okay, so what that is right there was we had one banker up there, and so we bet that the banker would streak, and it did. And so we won the bet. So now we're done until it flips back to a single banker again. Single banker is the trigger for this. Now, if it had come up player, then we're going to bet banker again, so that essentially would be betting a chop. So the 3-bet sequence is the first bet is a streak, and the next 2 bets, if needed, are a chop. So that's how we play this. This kind of like follow the banker kind of a thing. Hey, Trish Graves, Ted Rogers. So we're up $24. They took the commission from us. We're going to the 250 mark. We can have no bet now until it goes to the player and then flips back to the banker. So that banker streak doesn't matter to us. We're not betting right now. We bet the trigger is the single banker. And you guys have seen this before. There it is right there. Oops, no, I thought we had a player in there. We did not. It's still streaking. Oh, it's a tie is what we had. So it is streaking that way. So now we have more bankers, a long streak of them. Hey, Chuck Ritter. Chuck, you've seen this before. This is play the one time that it's going to streak banker. Then if you lost, you got 2 chop chances. So you blend the streak and the chop while playing the bank alone. And we've done it before, and we did like it, but we used D'Alembert, and this time we're going to use the king sequence. So now we've got a player win. So we're going to see, can we get it flipped back over to the banker, and if so, like that, I'll show it to you. There's a single banker. So we're going to bet that in this time, that time, or that time, within 3 bets, that we're going to get a banker win. That's what it is, as simple as that. So the first bet is, if it hits, is a streak. We'll see if it streaks. And it did. So that's an immediate win, and now we make no more bets until it goes over to player and comes back to banker. We've had 2 bets, we've won them both, so we're up $48. That's $50 wins, 2 $25 wins minus the commission. We're trying to get to $31,200,250 to add $250 to our total tonight. We have no bet now, and so we are going to play onward. And with that tie, it means nothing. We've got banker wins up there. We need to get a player win. There it is. Now we need to flip back to banker, however long it takes. We got no bets until then. That tie is going to take a banker win to get us back into betting. And there it is. The banker bet is a quarter because we're still at the entry level bet. Okay, with that loss, now the next bet is $75, and this bet is essentially a chop because of we're trying to chop this player right now. We go 3 deep on these bets. There it is. So that's where the king sequence comes in. We bet a $25 unit and we lost. We bet 3 units of $75 and we won. And so now we're up $94. And now we've got to get a flip over to the player and back to the banker, and we will begin again at the base level bet of $25. That's a streaking banker right there, 2 times. And 3. Bank is really loading up right now. The banker side is really getting heavy. And since we play the banker, you would think the odds are against you. And perhaps they are, but we are going to play it the way we play it. Like you can see heavily banker right now, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. What is that? 6, 14 to 6 banker leads. But the player will streak eventually. We all know that. So let's see if we get another bet coming here. Now the players won a couple. And now the banker won. So we got a quarter bet. That's the entry level bet, $25. We'll go 3 deep if we have to try to get a win. And there is the win. So we're up $118. We have no bets until it flips to player and comes back over. More banker wins. And there's a player win. And another player win. Got a 3-player streak now. Make it 4. We called it because you know what's going to happen. This is an actuarial game. It's not going to be riding on like that forever. Here's a $25 bet on the banker that it will streak this one time. Let's see if it does or not. If it doesn't, we have 2 chances to chop it. And with that tie, we'll rebet. Two times. Now we got to try to chop that with a $75 bet on the bank. And now we go to the 175. This is the last bet, win or lose, in this sequence. And with that win, that boosted us up. Now we're up 184. Winning on the 3rd in the sequence is the one that gives you the most money. You win 1 unit on the first bet, you win 2 units if you go to the second, you win 3 units if you go to the third. If you go to the 4th and win, that's a push. And we're still debating, do we add a unit to that 4th bet or not? And I'd be interested what you guys think about that. Right now, the 4th bet is a break even. It's a 25% win rate and you're even. If you win anything above that, you're always in profit. That's what makes the sequence so strong. We're up $184. It's got to go to a player and flip back to the banker for us to have another bet. And there is the player win. And there is the trigger. The trigger is the single banker win after any number of player wins. $25 bet is on the bank. This is the entry level bet. That $25 win puts us on the sidelines again with a profit of $208. We have to go to a player win of one or more. It doesn't matter if even it's 14 wins bets. We don't do anything. If the bank keeps streaking, we don't do anything either. The trigger is after any amount of player wins, a single banker win puts us ready to bet again. That's the trigger. We've got a single player win right there. And a single banker win. That gives us a $25 bet on the banker. There it is. 1, 2, or 3 bets. With that loss, we go to 75. And with that win, okay, Dagsy's already said Dagsy likes that fourth bet to be the 12. And I know why, because you're going to win 25% pretty much all the time. And under Dagsy's plan, you are up 1 unit when you win 12 units on the fourth bet in the sequence. I'm going to come back and show this some more. I think you guys saw the highest we got was the third sequence. We did get to a $175 bet one time, but we won $254 with relative ease. The reason for this is twofold. It is, first of all, that you're playing both streak and chop. Any series of player wins, one or more, followed by a single banker win is the trigger. So if you do win the very first bet, that means there are 2 bankers up there, and so you won a streak bet. If the player wins, then you're betting twice that the player will get chopped for 2 more times. It's a 3-bet sequence. Not saying you had to stop there. You could play 10 sequences if you want. This is a free country. Do like you wish. I'm saying that we play 3. So what happened there was we started here and we got the streak. Now we do nothing until a player wins, followed by a single banker. There is the win. All of these are just observings. We do nothing. There is the player win. That's the trigger, single banker. We bet it and we won right away. There is the player win. There's the trigger. Uh-oh, we lost. Then we won there. All of these are nothing. This is setting the trigger here, but with the second player, we're still waiting. And there was the trigger, the banker win, and a streak happened. And so we cashed our money right there. Now over here, we got a long list of players. There's the trigger, but then there's the 2 losses. And on the third bet, the $175 bet, we won. So here we lose 1 unit. There we lose 2 units. We're down 3. Then we lose 7 units. We win 7 units, rather. And so there is where your big money comes in, because you were down 4 and you won 7. So you won 3 units right there. Now we did another player win, set it up. There's the trigger. There's the streak win. There's the player. There's the trigger. There's the loss. And there was the win, culminating in getting us $254. That gives us $4 to throw away going home, $250 to add to the pot. So there is the wins, and that's it. And I want to hear from you guys. Send me some emails what you think about this. I've always liked this because it is betting a streak 1 time and betting a chop twice. And I don't want to really go deeper than 3, because even if you lose to 3, you come back in the next time around at the 4th level, or even at the 5th, or even at the 6th, because eventually the king sequence is going to get you your money. And so that's what we're showing. Thanks to all of you for tonight. I'm going to be back with you in 2 days. We're going to do this again to make sure that everybody knows what we're doing. And then I'm going to talk to everybody about what do you want to do with our money. Do you want to play it like this? Do you want to play the chop 2, 3, 4? Do you want to play chop 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6? Because I'm going to Vegas and I'm going to be playing at South Point, and I'm going to play stadium games at the Rio, because you can get your money without playing $25. All we're doing is trying to win $250 a session. And when I'm out there, I'll play several sessions a day. and I want to get the money over and over and over again, but I want a general consensus of how am I wagering our money, because that's what it's going to be. Thanks to all of you for tonight. Love you all, you know that. And I had so much fun going back over. You can see we're at 31 million because I'm like 1.5 million above where we were on the Valentine's Night Massacre. It's because when I went back in, I picked up where we left off, and sure enough, in the next 6 hands, I had it all the way back to even, and then I started winning, and I just kept playing because I said, okay, I'm going to run this out. Now that was at chop 3, 4, 5, and it does work. We had some stub toes initially, largely because of, let's go ahead and cover where the mistake was made. The mistake was made starting at the third sequence, because this bet is designed to start at the first sequence and get your money within the first 4 bets. If you started at the third sequence, you're really playing it kind of like a D'Alembert, but not with the right level of units. It's actually suicide to do what I did, but I wanted to try to take the chance at it and roll the dice, and sure enough, well, craps came up. That's what happened, and everybody saw it. But that's really an anomaly that I designed it that way, and sure enough, it turned out the wrong way. But later on, I went ahead and rebooted and came all the way back and got all the money anyway, to where we're at 31 million right now. But for tonight, the 254 came up pretty easily. We're gonna see, it does stub some toes too as we go, because I want to show you guys how this thing works and decide what is the strategy we want to use on the Vegas trip, because I'm ready to go, locked and loaded, and we need to see what happens. Thank you very much, Trish Graves. Always a pleasure, darling. To all of you, thank you so much, and good night.